When the Christmas season rolls around, we picture jolly old Saint Nicholas, warm fires, and cheerful carols. But hidden in the shadows of European folklore lies a sinister figure, a creature meant to strike fear into the hearts of naughty children. This is Krampus, the Christmas demon. Stay tuned as we uncover the bizarre and chilling legend of Krampus, from his ancient roots to modern celebrations that keep this terrifying tradition alive. The legend of Krampus is deeply rooted in the rugged terrain of the alpine regions of Europe, where winter brings both beauty and harshness. His origins trace back to pagan traditions that predate Christianity by centuries. Krampus is believed to have been part of ancient winter solstice celebrations, which were a time of both reflection and revelry. Among the most influential of these pagan rituals were those dedicated to Christm, a goddess or spirit with a dual nature, both benevolent and malevolent. Christm embodied the dichotomy of the season, bringing blessings to those who had been good and punishments to those who had not. Krampus, many believe, represents the darker side of this duality, serving as a reminder that the natural world, while giving, can also be cruel. Krampus was not the only fearsome figure in these traditions. Folklore across Europe includes countless stories of monstrous beings tied to winter. From the trolls of Scandinavia to the Baba Yaga of Slavic mythology, many cultures featured characters who served as warnings during the dark, cold months of the year. In the Alps, Krampus became one of the most enduring of these figures. When Christianity spread through Europe, rather than erasing pagan traditions, it often adapted them. Krampus became a counterpart to Saint Nicholas, the saintly figure who rewarded good children with gifts and blessings. Together they formed a symbolic representation of balance, the light and dark sides of morality. Interestingly, Krampus also reflects broader themes found in mythology and religion worldwide. The concept of a demonic or monstrous enforcer of rules appears in many cultures, from the Oni of Japan to the demons of the Abrahamic faiths. Krampus serves a similar purpose, a tangible manifestation of consequences for those who break societal norms. This duality is especially evident in the way Krampus and Saint Nicholas work together in folklore. While Saint Nicholas rewarded the virtuous, Krampus punished the wicked, creating a powerful incentive for children to behave during the year. This dynamic also reflects the harsh realities of alpine life, where survival often depended on strict discipline and adherence to the rules of the community. In many ways, Krampus embodies the raw and untamed side of winter, a season that can be both enchanting and unforgiving. The legend of Krampus continues to remind us of the darker, more primal side of human nature, a theme that resonates deeply even in modern times. Krampus is a creature of nightmares. He's often depicted as a half-goat, half-demon figure, complete with horns, fangs, and a long, lolling tongue. His body is covered in dark fur, and he carries chains, thought to symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church. In one hand, Krampus wields birch branches to swat naughty children. In the other, he clutches a sack or basket used to carry misbehaving kids away. Some say to his lair, others to the underworld. December 5th is no ordinary evening in parts of Europe. Known as Krampusnacht or Krampus Night, this eerie celebration transforms quaint alpine towns into stages for fright and revelry. As the sun sets, the air grows heavy with anticipation. Bells and chains jangle ominously, and soon the streets are filled with figures straight out of a nightmare. Krampuses in all their horned, fanged glory. The origins of Krampusnacht can be traced to centuries-old traditions meant to drive away evil spirits during the coldest, darkest part of the year. Pagan winter rites were once marked by loud noises, masked figures, and rituals to scare off malevolent forces. Over time, these practices merged with Christian customs, and Krampusnacht became a uniquely alpine blend of pagan folklore and religious morality tales. On Krampusnacht, Saint Nicholas, or Nicholas, plays his role as the benevolent bringer of gifts. Accompanied by Krampus, he visits homes to reward well-behaved children with treats and small presents. But for those who have been naughty, the experience is less joyful. Krampus's role is to scare misbehaving kids into better behavior, often with threats of swats from his birch bundle or being whisked away in his sack. In modern times, Krampusnacht has become a spectacle unlike any other. Towns and villages host Krampuslauf, or Krampus runs, where participants dress as Krampus in elaborate costumes and masks. competing to outdo one another in frightfulness. These events are both terrifying and celebratory, with costumed Krampuses stalking the streets, rattling chains and growling at anyone who dares to approach. The costumes are works of art, often handmade over the course of months. Masks are carved from wood, adorned with intricate designs, and painted to bring out Krampus's most menacing features. Animal hides or other materials complete the look, making the wearers appear larger than life and deeply unsettling. The atmosphere of a Krampuslauf is electric. Drums beat ominously, fire torches light up the night, and the clanging of cowbells strapped to Krampus costumes echoes through the streets. For spectators, it's both thrilling and unnerving, an experience that stays with you long after the event is over. But Krampusnacht isn't just about scaring people. It's also a communal event steeped in tradition and camaraderie. Local groups called Krampusverein, or Krampus clubs, take great pride in organizing the festivities. For many, participating in Krampusnacht is a rite of passage, a way to connect with cultural heritage and pass down the legend of Krampus to future generations. Not all Krampus events are purely terrifying. In some places, the evening includes feasting, drinking, and storytelling, making it as much a celebration as it is a fright fest. After all, the season is about balance, light and dark, reward and punishment, joy and fear. Though rooted in centuries-old customs, Krampusnacht has taken on new life in modern times. It has become a symbol of cultural pride for Alpine communities and a way to share their rich folklore with the world. Tourists now flock to these regions to witness the spectacle, eager to experience a Christmas tradition that's as bizarre as it is unforgettable. From the ancient villages of Austria to bustling cities like Munich and Salzburg, Krampusnacht continues to grow, spreading fear, fun, and fascination to anyone brave enough to join in. In the 19th century, Krampus became popularized through eerie postcards called Krampuskarten. These depicted Krampus in various acts of terror, from stuffing children into his sack to stalking adults who misbehaved. The imagery was both humorous and horrifying, making Krampus a figure of fascination and fear. However, during the 20th century, some countries, like Austria, banned Krampus traditions, viewing them as too pagan or frightening for children. Krampus may have begun as an obscure figure in Alpine folklore, but today, he's a global phenomenon. Over the last few decades, his terrifying image has captured the imagination of people far beyond the mountains of Austria and Germany. Thanks to movies, books, TV shows, and even comic books, Krampus has solidified his place as a pop culture icon. One of the most significant boosts to Krampus's popularity came in 2015 with the release of the horror comedy film Krampus, directed by Michael Dougherty. The movie brought Krampus to mainstream audiences in a way that blended his sinister folklore with a modern Christmas setting. Critics praised its creative storytelling and practical effects, and audiences couldn't get enough of the film's mix of dark humor and holiday frights. But the film wasn't the first time Krampus appeared in pop culture. In fact, as far back as the 19th century, Krampus postcards, or Krampuskarten, played a major role in spreading his image. These cards were often humorous, depicting Krampus in bizarre, sometimes absurd scenarios. In one, he might be stuffing a naughty child into his sack. In another, he's giving gifts of coal to mischievous adults. These early depictions paved the way for Krampus's modern cultural resurgence. Today, Krampus's image has been commercialized in ways that would have been unthinkable a century ago. You can now find Krampus-themed Christmas sweaters, tree ornaments, and even action figures. There are Krampus-themed pop-up bars serving cocktails with names like Krampus's Claw, and bakeries crafting Krampus-shaped cookies for adventurous holiday revelers. His influence extends to literature as well. Krampus has been featured in horror novels, graphic novels, and children's books, although the latter often tones down his more sinister qualities. Authors have reimagined Krampus in countless ways, portraying him as everything from a misunderstood anti-hero to a full-blown villain. In the United States, Krampus celebrations have taken off in recent years. Cities like Los Angeles, New York, and Portland now host their own Krampuslauf events, complete with costumed participants, parades, and performances. These modern interpretations often blend traditional European elements with local flair, resulting in uniquely American versions of the Krampus tradition. Even TV shows have jumped on the Krampus bandwagon. From animated series like American Dad to live-action dramas like Grimm, Krampus has been featured as a guest star in holiday-themed episodes. His character is often used to explore darker, more twisted aspects of the Christmas season, a stark contrast to the usual cheer and goodwill associated with the holiday. Interestingly, Krampus's appeal has even crossed into other holidays. He's become a popular figure at Halloween conventions, where fans of horror embrace his frightening aesthetic. The crossover between Halloween and Christmas themes has created a niche for Krampus enthusiasts, who celebrate him as the ultimate holiday anti-hero. What makes Krampus so compelling in modern times is his versatility. He can be funny, terrifying, or even oddly endearing, depending on the context. He represents a counterbalance to the sugary sweetness of Christmas, appealing to those who enjoy the darker side of storytelling and folklore. Krampus's rise in pop culture is also a reflection of our fascination with the strange and the macabre. In an age where traditional stories are often reinvented, Krampus has proven to be the perfect figure for exploring the complexities of holiday traditions. His blend of fear and fun keeps him relevant, ensuring that his legend will continue to grow for years to come. At its core, Krampus serves as a reminder of consequences. In a season often associated with generosity and kindness, Krampus symbolizes the importance of morality and discipline. But he also taps into our love of the macabre, a playful mix of fear and fun that keeps his legend thriving. Krampus may be terrifying, but he's also a fascinating symbol of how cultures merge and evolve over time. So, as you deck the halls and sip your eggnog, remember to stay on Santa's nice list, because you never know when Krampus might come knocking. Thank you for joining us on this bizarre journey into the legend of Krampus. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more strange and chilling tales. See you next time!